Alright, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Spark Zero video. Today we're going to be covering the one, the only... Probably. Z Brody specifically. No one knows how this guy works. Right, the guide. Again, I did a poll. A lot of you seem to really like the idea of me commentating over replay footage of the characters' highlights and stuff. And I appreciate that. Thank you for voting on that poll. If you didn't, the poll's still open, so you can change your mind if you want to. But no. I took a look at Zebra because I do not see him as often as I did on day one. And for very good reason, since, you know, the Daima DLC just dropped. But I never realised how slow Super Saiyan Broly is. Also, look at his play, by the way. You ready for this? Yeah, going into Legendary Super Saiyan Broly in 1v1s not only gives you a universal stat boost now, but it also gives you your ki back. I mean, it gave you ki anyway, but single battles encourage you to like constantly transform, and I have a video planned for that at some point, which you guys might like. It covers a underrated DLC character from this game. And if you want to guess who that is in the comments, feel free to do so. And if you are enjoying this stuff, then leave a like, comment, and also subscribe if you want to see more. But yeah, Broly's a beast. Like, very few people understand how powerful Z Broly is. And there's match number 1. Alright, we got Gogeta Blue here. Again, very common character in PvP. We just get this. Fusions are extremely common. Like, you'll definitely see a variant of Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super. Vegeta, typically Vegeta Blue. Gogeta 4 is also a very common one. There's actually a clip, I might include it at the start of the video, where I won against a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. With like a pixel of health left, as Broly. Very, very fun moment. But I can understand why he rage quit on the rematch, which is why that replay's not available. But yeah, Broly is, well now is, one of the few victims of the power of anonymity, if that's the way you say it. Like, basically, he's so uncommon that no one knows how he works. Like, you see that rush attack I'm using on him? That's a grab. And people continuously will try and block it as if it's just a normal rush attack. Also, Broly's damage is ridiculous now with this 1v1 buff. Like, really good. I did see someone on my top 10 DLC characters list ask for a top 10 transformations, and that's an entirely separate catalogue in terms of how useful a character is. Like, I'd have to look. I think Beast would still win, which is really funny to think. Like, fully maxed out, I still think Beast would win. Also, shout out to the explosive wave kill. Alright, next up we got a hit player. Also a fairly common character, but not like super, super common. Like, you definitely see him here and about. And for good reason, because he's actually pretty strong. As you can see here, he's kind of whooping my ass a little bit, but it doesn't help that he's very, very quick. While Broly, before he transforms, is super, super slow. I don't think that's intentional. That doesn't feel intentional, at least. Like, you'd think Legendary Super Saiyan Broly would be slow, and he kind of is, but not to the extent that Super Saiyan is. Super Saiyan feels really slow. But yeah, I was saying, a top 10 transformations list, I would actually have to go and play every single character and test their damage, and also take into consideration stats and stuff, like how much damage they do. And I still think Beast Gohan, it'd either be Beast Gohan or it would be UI Goku. I think it would be Beast. I don't think fusions would count, though. I'm not going to count fusions. I know it's a transformation, but it requires 2 characters. And I'd rather focus on, like, 1 character when it comes to that. Oh, very close. But, of course, we pulled that off. Another W to Broly-sama. We got a rematch from the hit player. Not the same match, by the way. Also, I forgot to hide the guide. I'm so sorry. But yeah. I didn't use Broly's ultimate, like Super Saiyan Broly's ultimate, at all, or at least as far as I can remember from these replays. Because luckily I did this last night when the raid dropped. Because as of recording this, which is like the 3rd of October, 2025, the game pushed out a secret update, and it added in a new legendary raid boss, which I might cover. And it's supposed to be Frieza from the Resurrection F Saga. They've completely rebuilt the fight from the ground up, using custom battle tools. But the whole gimmick of that fight is combos. Like, you want to have a high combo counter. And I'm trying to think what would be good for that event. But, yeah, back to Broly. Legendary Super Saiyan Broly continues to be one of the most dominant Dragon Ball characters in a Dragon Ball game. Unless you consider Legends, in which case he's dog shit, but he continues to be, like, absurdly strong, oppressive, like, yeah. This guy has not changed from his roots, from Budokai Tenkaichi to Raging Blast 1 and 2. Like, Broly is just a monster. He's so good. Okay, we're back for another match. Again, another Vegeta player. Once again, I have to mention that fusions are super, super common. This guy had the right idea though, since transformation buffs, I think they stack. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they stack. Now, it doesn't look like it on the replay, since, you know, it's a replay, but this match was really laggy. Like, every time I got priority in a match, I would see the red bar in the corner. And I don't want to say lag switching, because that would be probably unfair to the guy who played this, because, you know, this guy was pretty fun. But it was definitely suspicious. But in any case, yeah, we're back to this loop where we get enough to transform, we go to Legendary, we land the throw, because they don't know it's a grab, an unblockable grab, I should add. Here comes Gogeta transforming. Could be an issue, especially with the stat boost. In fact, I think base form fusions have become even more valuable thanks to the transformation boost for one-on-ones. I don't think this kills, does it? No, it doesn't, because of combo comp. Still good damage though for a skill with combo comp. I tossed this at him just to see what he'd do, and he blocked it. Block the damage. That's with block. Also, he catches me here. I could use perception. Look at this damage, by the way. Raw super with the transformation boost. Really, really big damage. But yeah, here's where I started to get a bit cautious, because I was wondering if he was just going to start spamming supers. But luckily, we catch him here, and that's another W for us. Alright, then Gogeta wanted the rematch. Again, very glad that we're getting rematches in these replays. But I might put up another poll saying, do you want me to count rematches? Or do you just want me to use the best match out of the two? So yeah, I'll pop that poll up on the community posts on this channel. That way, you know, you guys can give me your thoughts and opinions, because, like it or not, you guys are the driving force of this channel, and I think more creators need to admit that, instead of, you know, gloating how rich they are. In other news, Broly transformed again, and we're going to grab him. Actually, no, we're not. Okay, don't know why we didn't grab him. Maybe it's because he was grabbing as well and would have counted out. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes you'll see me... Oh, straight up low. Yeah, sometimes you'll see me lose Vanish Wars. And there's a reason for that. It's because if I don't have the key to spare, I'm not going to bother, you know, doing that. I'd rather take a set amount of damage than lose all the key I could be using for a more pivotal point moment. That makes any sense. Also, this is the point where the guy starts panicking, like, who barriers. He knows, like, if I get close, this happens. And it's basically over. So he was kind of desperately trying to keep me away. Okay, I don't know what he was doing here. He was like going from side to side, and then I thought maybe he was trying to beam clash, so I went to hype edge him. But I landed this sick shit. Which I didn't even know was a combo, by the way. Very nice. Alright, we found a Goku Black player. Also, fairly common. This guy was very passive though. You can tell because whenever I get close to him, he just immediately hits B. Like that. Actually, no, that's not B, that's X. Also, if you're wondering why Goku Black is wearing that, it's a cosmetic mod. It doesn't provide any tactical or like any benefits outside of cosmetic, so. And also the music as well, I forgot to mention, this is a mod I made myself. It just replaces a bunch of the base game music tracks with Dokkan music that I like, so... yeah. Also, caught out this guy again with the transformation grab. It is so common to land this, because they just block it thinking they can block it, but they don't realize it's a command grab. Yeah, see this guy like percept every like 2 seconds. Yeah, look, and again. Also, if you're wondering how to get around someone who's grab spamming like that with a big character like Broly or UI Goku, for example, just grab yourself. Like try and grab them as well, because it gives you like a second time frame to do so, and it just puts you in a clash. Worst case scenario, you just get stomach punched. Also, shout out to this combo. We have another Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Also, these two have unique dialogue. You know, the way I can tell is because my dialogue would typically go first since I'm player 1. But because these two have unique dialogue, it's Vegeta who goes first. Which I don't think anyone has really noticed yet. Though I think this counts to enemies that Vegeta has fought before. But I do find it interesting that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta has been programmed specifically to react to Broly. I don't know if this counts for Super Broly. Also, you don't want to launch that rule, because that leaves you wide open. I saw a few people disagree with my point that Super Saiyan 4 Goku's skill 1, the one where he shoots the energy ball, leaves him open if he misses it. And I went into a real match against a Super Saiyan 4 Goku player, and it literally happened. Like, I dodged it, and he was open for a solid like 2 seconds. It's actually detrimental if you miss that move. Okay, this guy got so lucky, by the way. Like, the little explosive wave that you get when you go to high tension can actually nullify some attacks. Kind of stopped there for a second just to see if he'd go anything like that before I waited. Yeah, there's the grab clash I was talking about. Very tricky to do online, by the way. And we get another W against Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. With a defense down buff, we guarantee the Also, yeah, this guy rematched as well. But this one I'm including because something cool happens at the end. Also, this guy actually held his own pretty well. I don't think he was an experienced rank player by any means, but still, he did pretty well. And I will always commend someone playing Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, because, you know, he's a very fun character, and he's quite uncommon. But I don't know, I think since I put out that list on the top 10 DLC characters for Spark Zero, I think a lot of people noticed how, like, the difference between Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Daima Goku, like the adult one. And we're just like, you know what, yeah, let's give it a shot. Also, mind you, when I did this, I'll probably put a screenshot on the screen. But when I did these videos, or did these matches to record for Broly, I was on like a 12 win streak, or like a 10 win streak I think it was. But I think I got to a 12 win streak before I did recording for my other character that I'm going to cover. And it ended because of a UI Goku player, which, unsurprisingly, is still an annoying opponent to this day. Also, here's the cool moment I was talking about. Very cool that this guy actually was willing to do this. Alright, we have one more match. And you might recognize the username. Yep, we somehow ran into the hit player from earlier. Except this is on the stage I selected and the actual song I selected. Instead of... Like, every single time I play as Broly, I always got what the opponent's stage and music was. So, this is very fun. I'm very sad that Broly doesn't have a second coming outfit. Like, I really love his Super Saiyan design when he's in second coming. Like, I think the blue hair's cool. But I just think the Super Saiyan locker Broly without his, like, mind control thing on looks so nice.
Let's enjoy this. It's time for a blood.
Oh, so yeah, welcome back to Poundings with Broly. Like, your time skip's unbeatable, but it doesn't really help you when it's Broly. I think Broly would just... I know power scalers would disagree, but if this was equal footing, I think Broly would wipe the floor with it. Speaking of which, there he goes.
I haven't killed enough to satisfy my urges yet.
But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. That's Broly, DBZ Broly. Absolute menace. Please make him appear more often, because I think people need to be reminded that there are more characters and fusions and DLC. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for support. And I'll see you all in the next Sparks video. Peace out and goodbye.